What causes certain OA joints to creak loudly? Imagine your joints making sounds that seem louder than they should be. Sometimes, when you move, your knees or hips might produce a loud creaking noise. What's behind that? Well, it all comes down to what's happening inside the joint due to osteoarthritis. When joints are affected by osteoarthritis, the cartilage that cushions the ends of bones starts to break down. Normally, this cartilage is smooth and helps bones glide past each other easily. But as it wears away, the surface becomes rough and uneven. This roughness causes bones to rub directly against each other during movement. That rubbing creates friction, which produces those loud creaking or cracking sounds you hear. Another factor is the development of bony growths called osteophytes or bone spurs. These are tiny bony projections that form along the edges of the joint as osteoarthritis progresses. These irregularities can cause additional grinding or snapping sounds when the joint moves. The quality of the fluid that lubricates the joint, called synovial fluid, also changes with osteoarthritis. Normally, this fluid helps reduce friction between bones. But in osteoarthritis, the fluid's composition may alter, making it less effective at lubrication. This leads to increased noise during joint movement. Tendons and ligaments, which help stabilize and move joints, can also contribute to the noise. They might snap or slide over bony parts because of joint instability or changes in joint structure. Sometimes, tiny gas bubbles form and burst in the synovial fluid, creating harmless popping sounds. These bubbles are more noticeable when joints are affected by osteoarthritis because of the changes happening inside. You might notice the creaking more when you bend or put weight on the joint, especially after sitting for a long time or in the morning. While the creaking itself often isn't painful, it can be linked to stiffness, swelling, and discomfort caused by inflammation and joint damage. The loud creaking is a sign that the joint structure has changed due to cartilage loss and bone changes. It's part of how osteoarthritis affects your joint's function and movement. If you notice persistent creaking along with pain or swelling, it's a good idea to see a healthcare provider. They can evaluate whether the osteoarthritis is worsening and recommend treatments like physical therapy or exercises to help keep your joints moving smoothly. Sometimes, managing the symptoms can reduce the loud noises and improve how your joints feel. So, in simple terms, loud creaking in osteoarthritis joints happens because the cartilage wears down, exposing rough bone surfaces, forming bone spurs, and altering joint lubrication. All these changes lead to the sounds you hear when you move.